I like him. What's the guy from Japan? Anybody in Norway? Yeah. Yeah. Do you foresee potentially at someday you guys meeting together? Maybe at a catchwood. Or maybe if he keeps going up in weight. Probably. Yeah, that would be a that. Would be like a fun fight. Crazy. Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now, that would be technical that fight, right? They're like me and him. But I think I'd I'll be too big for him probably. Yeah, I'll be too big for him. Yeah, but that fight will be like it's like a dream fight. Yeah, yeah. Facts. Gervonta. Tank Davis has sent shockwave through the boxing world with his recent declaration, naming Naoya the Monster Inoue as his dream fight, a statement that has immediately sparked intense debate among fans and analysts about the feasibility and potential fireworks such a matchup could produce. The Baltimore-born knockout artist who has built a reputation as one of the most feared punchers in the lightweight division made this surprising revelation during a candid interview where he was asked about the fights that truly motivate him at this stage of his championship career. What makes this call out particularly intriguing is the significant weight disparity between the two fighters, with Davis currently campaigning at 135 pounds while Inoue has been dominating the super bantamweight division at 122 pounds, creating an interesting dynamic that would require careful negotiation and compromise to make the fight a reality. I know it might sound crazy, but you brought up a no way. Like, do you foresee potentially at someday you guys meeting together? Maybe at a catch rate, or maybe if he keeps going up and waiting, dude. Probably. Yeah, that would be a that. Would be like a fun fight. You're crazy. Yeah, that would be a fun now. That would be second that fight right there. Like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him. Probably. Yeah, but that fight will be like it's like a dream fight. Yeah, yeah. In terms of weight classes and competitive balance. When pressed about which opponent currently excites him the most, Davis didn't hesitate to single out the Japanese Finnan, describing an 08 with a mix of respect and admiration as a beast, while emphasizing that a potential showdown between them would represent the ultimate test of skill for skill, power for power. This kind of recognition from one elite fighter to another carries substantial weight in boxing circles, especially coming from Davis, who has built his reputation on seeking out and conquering big challenges throughout his undefeated career. What makes this call out particularly noteworthy is that Davis, who could easily target other big names in and around his weight class like Devin Haney or Shocker Stevenson, instead chose to focus on a smaller fighter renowned more for his technical brilliance and precision punching rather than his physical size or reach advantages, suggesting that Davis is looking for challenges that will cement his legacy rather than just payday. Logistical hurdles standing in the way of this dream matchup are substantial and multifaceted, beginning with a considerable weight difference between the two champions that would need to be carefully negotiated to ensure a fair and competitive fight. Davis currently competes as a lightweight at 135 pounds and would likely need to drop down to at least 130 pounds, possibly even lower, while Inoue would have to make the considerable jump up to weight classes from his current super bantamweight division, testing both his ability to carry power against naturally bigger opponents and his capacity to maintain his lightning fast hand speed with the additional bulk. While such weight jumps aren't unprecedented in boxing history, with legends like Manny Pacquiao having successfully moved through multiple divisions, they do require careful planning, proper nutrition, and sufficient time for the fighter's body to properly adjust to the new demands, meaning this couldn't be rushed if both parties were serious about making it happen. Beyond just the physical and competitive challenges posed by the weight difference, there are significant promotional and network barriers that could complicate or potentially derail any serious negotiations for this crossover super fight. Davis is firmly entrenched with Premier Boxing Champions, which currently has broadcast deals with Showtime and Amazon Prime, while Inoue fights under Top Rank's banner, with his bouts airing on ESPN, creating the classic boxing problem of rival promoters and networks needing to find common ground for the greater good of the sport. While cross-promotional fights have become increasingly rare in modern boxing's fractured landscape, the sheer magnitude and global appeal of a Davis and Inoue clash might provide enough financial incentive to force the necessary compromises, especially if both fighters were to make it clear that this is a priority matchup for them, rather than just idle speculation or promotional posturing. The fan reaction to Davis's unexpected call-out has been overwhelmingly positive and enthusiastic across social media platforms and boxing forums, with supporters of both fighters engaging in passionate debates about how the stylistic matchup would play out and whether the size difference would be too much for Inoue to overcome. On one side of this hypothetical showdown stands Davis, the calculated southpaw power puncher with devastating one-punch knockout ability in either hand and underrated boxing IQ that he often doesn't get credit for due to his highlight reel knockouts. On the other side would be Inoue, the technically flawless operator with perhaps the fastest hands in boxing today, concussive power that belies his smaller frame, and a surgical precision to his attack that has earned him comparisons to all-time greats. The contrast in their physical attributes, combined with their shared penchant for spectacular knockouts and exciting fight styles, makes this potential matchup one of the most intriguing that could be made in boxing today, regardless of weight class considerations. As of this writing, Inoue has not yet publicly responded to Davis's surprising call-out, but examining his career trajectory and past statements suggests he's precisely the type of fighter who would at least consider such a challenge if presented properly. The Japanese superstar has already made history by becoming a rare four-division world champion in just 21 fights, demonstrating an ambition and willingness to test himself that few modern fighters can match. If he continues his dominant reign at super